war was going to end in 2000.
Yeah, but you know the Bible gives you two major signs you're in the end. World War III. Yeah. And mostly all the Bibles. It's just that the King James is closer to the Hebrew and the Greek. World War III, which we have about Babylon being destroyed by fire, the whore. And you see it playing out now. Russia getting ready, Iran getting ready, North Korea getting ready. World War III is happening. Also, the microchip, Revelation 13. Before you just heard about it, but now you're actually seeing it. You see what I'm saying? There was a company in Wisconsin, this 3 Square Market. You heard about it last week. They're going to start microchipping their employees. In Australia, Sweden, they want a digital currency. That's why they put it in your phone, your passport. That's what you seen the new Amazon Go store that they're about to put up.
I heard about it.
It basically is like a supermarket. It's a turnstile. You just swipe your phone. Whatever you put in your bag, they don't need no cash, no registers. You walk out and it automatically goes off your account. That's why you see Amazon also bought Whole Foods. You know what I mean? The beast technology is here. The last step is just to put it in you. Last step, brother.
My brother.
Yeah.
We gonna see each other again, man.
Lord will.
Lord will, yo.
Yeah.
George is my name.
Oh, Georgia?
Yeah, you got George, just George.
George?
No, Georgia.
Yeah.
But you guys on, what's your YouTube?
Seers of Truth. SEERS of Truth. 144.
144.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. I'm gonna come back this way.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
For that King James version.
Yeah.
I'm start doing my reading, man.
Yeah.
You know
And any questions, I'll be out here Saturday.
All right,
or will. No problem.
What time Saturday?
Like 1 to 1:30.
All right.
All right.
You be here from 1 to 1:30?
No. That's the time I usually get out here.
All right, 1:30.
Yeah. No problem. See? It's all about edifying, man. See? You know, Jay got to learn this knowledge, man. See, I went into World War III, but the Spirit always, I always got a certain set of topics I want to hit, but the Spirit pull you another way, man. That's the Most High. Let me read this precept. See? You got to warn Israel, man. Warn them the microchip World War III is here. And that's how you persuade men, is by letting them know the terror of Lord, man. Anyway, let me read this out. What time we out? Where you at? I'm gonna have to hold that off. Let me hold that off. I'm gonna say that for another time. Lord willing, I'll hold that off. Anyway, let me read 2 Samuel chapter 3. Alright. And last week, HODC and other brothers, they have visited the elders of GMS. And that's powerful in itself, man. Because we're coming closer and closer to the end, man. Alright? Let me jump into them scriptures. 2 Samuel 3. Samuel chapter 3, verse 1. Where we at? It says, hold on. Good?
Yeah, I can look for it.
Yeah, you can look.
Nah, I just asked.
Try to quit the smoking too, man.
Yeah, it's no good. Now you're right about all this shit, bro. It's fucking insane, man.
World War III coming. At least you wanted people to see it.
People think, like people that come out here and do stuff crazy, bro. The government is no good. The government is the crookedest thing going.
Yep.
Who do you think got heroin going? The government, bro.
Yeah.
The government is the one that started this shit.
Yeah, and they're going to put microchips in people soon. Like the company in Wisconsin.
I know, I heard you talking about it down in by 14. What did they call you again, dog?
What the Hebrew Israelites? That was another group, maybe, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, maybe a different group. Because people say you like some of you are better races and stuff, like, you know.
Right.
You know, listen,
Right.
You know.
Right.
It is what it is, bro.
It is what it is. We don't care.
Nah,
you know what I mean? The Messiah got called worse things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you mentioned, people always laugh at people that come out. Listen, when the prophets came out, they always did the same thing. But the joke was always on those people.
The ones that are talking, the ones that are laughing, there's a joke on that.
The joke is always on them, man. And people gonna see.
They're naive.
They're crazy naive, man. And you got a hothead for a president. How can you can't see that the end is here? Look what he's done in a matter of 6 months, man. He done got Russia upset. He done got Korea upset. He got Iran upset. NATO don't want to mess with him. Everybody's getting tired of this guy, man. And he's gonna bring this country down quick. So what we're saying is here. You could definitely see this gonna come martial law, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like you said, the government crooked. What they did in London this year with all them attacks, that was all the government doing that, man. Ain't no ISIS. Nah. Those are paid groups. You know what I mean?
Have a good one, man.
You too. All right. It says 2 Samuel chapter 3 verse 1. So, you know, some people know, some people, you know, most don't. But you people gonna see, right? 2 Samuel 3 verse 1. It says, that's the point to bring up. And there was a long war. 2 Samuel 3 and 1. And now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. But David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. And you see that playing out today, spiritually. The house of David is on the scene, and the house of Saul is on the scene. And a lot of you guys teaching the name of the Lord don't matter. The chip is not the mark of the beast. You guys are part of what? The house of Saul. You guys are getting weaker and weaker, man. You're looking foolish. Because all the things that the elders have been bringing out over the years, and that now we bring it out now, because we're now teachers, prophets and teachers. It's here. Now you guys looking dumb, all right? Because you sold out for filthy lucre's sake. All right, you guys sold out for filthy lucre's sake, man. But the house of David is waxing stronger and stronger. And that's who we building, man. Yeah, you got different groups here and there. But it's not about no group, man. It's about the house of David, a.k.a. the elect, the 144,000. That's what Yahawashi dealing with, man. Point blank, period. Hosea chapter 3, verse 4. All right? He's dealing with his elect, man. Just because you attach to a certain group, that means you're a part of the elect, man. It don't go that way. All right? Every man is working out his own salvation. Every man is trying to prove his own work, prove his worth to the Most High and his Son. Hosea 3 and 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king. Who's our king? King David, the physical king of Israel. All right? I'm going to read further on. Yahawashi is the ultimate king of Israel, the spiritual king, who's above David. All right? Without a king. And without a prince, we don't got leaders, man. The princes were leaders, man. So we meant many days without a king, a prince, leaders. You see, the scripture says the elders slept. And without a sacrifice when we went to captivity. And without an image, and without a ephod, and without a teraphim. Basically without the knowledge. Okay? We didn't have this knowledge, and we didn't have leaders. And above all, we didn't have our king. It says, afterwards shall the children of Israel return, and we're returning right now, and seek the Lord their God, and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days, man. We in that time now. And the house of David is coming together. I put that video up last week, all right, through the Spirit. I'll bring out the scriptures now, man. The house of David is rising, man. Okay, but Yahawashi ultimately is the king of Israel, man, and that's who's coming back to redeem the elect. It says, read some precepts. Psalms 110.
No, but you know what I have? I have a tripod.
Man. Alright, let me continue on. We'll speak for the camera now. It says Psalms 110. Psalms 110, verse 1. King David. The Lord said unto my Lord. Who Lord is he talking about? Yahawah. The Lord is Yahawah. Capital L-O-R-D. That's Yahawah in the Hebrew. The Lord said unto my Lord. Who's King David's Lord? Yahawashi. So the Most High said unto Yahawashi, sit down my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. Verse 2, the Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, Yahawashi. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. So Yahawashi is over David. That's why Yahawashi said, Matthew 22:41. Okay, we're building the house of David, man. But the head of the house of David is Yahawashi. Matthew 22:41. Question he posed to the Pharisees.
Alright, I love you.
It says,
I will up my path.
while the Pharisees were gathered together, Yahawashi asked them, saying, what do you think of Christ? Whose son is he? They say unto him, the son of David, which he was the son of David. It tells you that, man. It tells you that in the book of Revelations, the 22nd chapter, man. Okay? It also tells you that in Acts, the 2nd chapter. Who the son of David is, man. Right? It says, saying, what do you think of Christ? Whose son is he? They said unto him, the son of David. He said unto them, how then doeth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, the Lord said unto my Lord, I just read it, Psalms 110, sit down my right hand till I make thy enemies a footstool. If David then call him Lord, how is he his son? The Lord posed a question to them. If David is calling the Messiah Lord, how can the Messiah be his son? Why is David called the Messiah, the Christ, Lord, when he comes out of his seat, his loins? See? Let me go read. And no man was able to answer me word, neither does any man from that day forth ask him any more questions. He stumped the Pharisees, Yahawashi, man. And they were so-called doctors of the law. They didn't even understand what he just said, man. You see what I'm saying? They didn't understand one word he said, man. He said, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit down my right hand. And was Yahawashi the son of David? Yes, he was the son of David. But why is David calling him Lord? Because he's also the son of the Most High, man. Okay, he's the son of the living power. The first begotten of the Father. That's why David has to call him Lord. See? And I'm going to read 2 Samuel, the 7th chapter. 2 Samuel chapter 7. And this is a prophecy. Second Samuel 7. And it came to pass, when the king sat in his house, and the Lord had given him rest about from all his enemies. Then the king said unto Nathan the prophet, See how I dwell in a house of cedar, but the ark of the Most High dwelleth within curtains. Nathan said to the king, Go and do that is in thine heart, for the Lord is with thee. So David wanted to build a house to put the ark of the covenant in. You read on, it says, And it came to pass that night, the word of the Most High came unto Nathan, because that's how the Most High communicate with you is in dreams, man. Saying, Go and tell my servant David, Thus saith the Lord, Shalt thou build me an house for me to dwell in? Whereas I have not dwelt in any house since the time that I brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt. Even to this day have I walked in the tent and in a tabernacle. And where does the Most High now dwell in us? Okay, that's the house. The house of David are talking about physical men, man. That scripture said he dwelleth not in temples made with hands, but I'm going to bring that out after. And all the places where I've walked with all the children of Israel spake a word with any of the tribes of Israel, whom I commanded to feed my people Israel, saying, Why build ye not me an house of cedar? Now therefore thou shalt say unto my servant David, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the sheep cote, from following the sheep, to be a ruler over my people, over Israel. And I was with thee whithersoever thou wentest, and have cut off all thine enemies out of thy sight, and have made thee a great name, like unto the name of great men that are in the earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in the place of their own. This prophecy is coming in the future, very near. And they move no more, neither shall the children of wickedness, Esau, afflict them any more, as of before time. And as since the time I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, I have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies. Also the Lord telleth thee that he will make thee an house. And when the day shall be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, Yahawashi, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. Yahawashi's kingdom, man. AKA the kingdom of the Most High. And he shall build an house of my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. And that's what? The house of David. It says, and I will be his father, and he will be my son. And that's why David is calling him Lord. Okay? Because what? He's the son of the living power. He's the son of the living power. Alright? Let me read on. It says, and I will be his father, and he will be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men. And that's why the Lord got beaten and put it on the cross. It says, and with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put before thee. So we want to attain what? The mercies of David. Okay? Alright? Saul got no mercy. That's why his house got weaker and weaker. And thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee, and thy throne shall be established forever, man. All glory to Yahawashi, man. Because that's the house that we're building right now, the house of David, okay? Which is, Yahawashi is the head of that house. That's why David is calling him Lord. And that's what you see beginning to happen right now. That's what I was bringing out last week with the spirit of Yahawashi, man. The revival of the bones, the dry bones, that great army, okay? All those mighty men and great men and the prophets, they all coming back. That's what the scripture says, the spirit of the prophets, 1 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. First Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. It says, and the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man. So the prophets are back. I'm going to read 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. First Peter chapter 2, verse 4. Is it First Peter? You see? What's the second Peter? Salakia. Something was wrong. Right. First Peter chapter 2, verse 5, man. Ye also are lively stones, are build up a spiritual house, the house of David. So it's spiritual, man. What's going on? What's going on? I remember you.
What's good, man? How you doing, bro?
Good. I'm good. You?
Chilling, man.
All right. That's good to hear, man.
Keep that knowledge up, man.
Yeah.
What's on, man?
All right.
Go ahead.
Same here. First Peter 2 and 5. Right? Like we said, the Most High rebuilding the house of David. So all these sellouts, you see what I'm saying? You guys, man, the house of Saul, man. Okay, I said 1 Peter 2 and 5. And nothing is going to stop the house of David, man. The scripture says, not these undercover rats that come out here. You know who you are, man. It's easy to spot y'all. Okay? Not, alright? All glory to Yahawah, man. You see you demons, man. Okay? And not you, you fake preachers out there, man. IUIC, ISUPK, none of y'all gonna stop this word, man. Okay? 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 5. Ye also are lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahawashi Mashiach. Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, Yahawashi, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. Chief cornerstone of that house, man. It says, unto you therefore believe he is precious, but unto them be disobedient. The stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner, and a stone of stumbling block and a rock of offense, even to them which stumbled at the word, man. And that's 2/3 of our people, man. That's what have been for their welfare has become a trap. The same is made that, verse 8, and the stone of a stumbling block of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood and holy nation, a peculiar people, and he should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into this marvelous light. And that's what this world is, man. Nothing but darkness out here, man. Scripture says gross darkness to people, man. Okay? We've been called out of darkness to be what? A royal priesthood. Okay, because the priesthood changed according to Hebrews the 7th chapter. Yahawashi is the new high priest, man. He's also the chief cornerstone. Okay? And we're building his house. Alright?
A lot of people up there,
says, which in times past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which have not obtained mercy, have obtained mercy. That's Hosea the first chapter. The scripture says we are no longer a people, but he said, I'll read it after. People look at that and say that's the other nations. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lust, which war against the soul, man. That's a big fight in this room, okay? You have to battle your flesh, man. Read Hosea the first chapter. Hosea chapter 1, verse 11. Hosea 1 and 11. You got demons recording me out here, man. Lord gonna deal with y'all, man. Hosea 1 and 11. It says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, Yahawashi. And they shall come up out of the land, which is America, for great shall be the day. In fact, we read verse 10. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. I'm going to have to start with verse 9. It said, then said the Most High, call this name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people. So that's what it means in 1 Peter, the 2nd chapter. And the Most High cast us away. But the way we came back, adopted as true sons, is through Yahawashi. Then said the Most High, call this name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. Okay? And that did happen. That's where those different captivities happen. Yet the number of children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass, that the place where it said unto them, ye are not my people, which is America that happened, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Okay? And that's what we're telling you today, that you are the sons of the living power. Like Peter said, that you are a royal priesthood, man. A holy nation, man. Alright, let me read this precept here. Of course those demons had to leave. Of course they had to, man. Oh boy, anyway. So, I'm going to read that precept one more time. And that will be it. Oh, glory, how about Shemi Al-Shah? So, Yahawashi, man, the rebuilding of the house of David is happening. We almost home, man. Okay? Almost there, man. Read that again. Hosea chapter, so that what answers 1 Peter chapter 2. People read that and say that's the Gentiles. Nah. As far as the other nations, those are Gentiles because we were Gentiles. Okay? Carried away by foolish idols. Alright? Yeah.